A Fall River man accused of leading police on a dangerous chase and damaging a police cruiser in the process will spend the night at the ACI. Police say the whole thing began when the suspect, 20-year-old Brian Figueroa, vandalized Fall River Police headquarters Saturday night and then took off. That triggered the chase, which ended with a crash in East Providence. As a result, Figueroa is now in trouble with the law in both Rhode Island and Massachusetts. And today we were there as Figueroa answered to the Rhode Island slate of charges. Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado is live in East Providence now with the latest developments. Steph?
Shannon, this is the spot on Route 6 in East Providence where that chase finally ended with a crash. The suspect will soon be headed back to Fall River, where this all started with him allegedly smashing a window at the police department with a bat. The front window at Fall River Police headquarters boarded up today after police say this man, Brian Figueroa, drove up to the PD Saturday evening and smashed out the glass, getting back in his car as officers ran outside and taking off in his Jeep, barreling over the snowbank and the curb. Police chased him all the way to East Providence, where he allegedly collided with a Seekonk K9 cruiser and finally stopped. He'd already rammed the same cruiser earlier in the chase, but kept going.
He was picking up speed and he just kept going and going. He was going through red lights. He was passing around cars. And this is from Swansea all the way to here.
The officer and his K9 fortunately were not injured.
It created a very dangerous environment for everybody involved. This vehicle had to be stopped. He was not going to stop on his own. Thankfully, no innocent bystanders were injured in this process.
East Providence police took Figueroa into custody at the police headquarters, where they say he then flooded 2 jail cells by stuffing a cup down the toilet and flushing repeatedly. In court Monday, he was charged by East Providence police with assault with a dangerous weapon on that police officer, reckless driving, and vandalism. He'll be extradited to Massachusetts, where Fall River police plan to charge him with vandalism and other crimes. Now, it's unclear why Mr. Figueroa allegedly decided to go to Fall River Police and vandalize it in the first place. Police declined to release their report on that incident. We do know he's had contact with police before. We'll have more on that coming up new at 6. Live in East Providence, I'm Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Kim. A man accused of causing a string of damage stretching from Massachusetts to Rhode Island over the weekend also went before a judge today.
And police say the suspect vandalized police stations in both states and in between, and led officers on a chase in which he crashed into a cruiser. Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado has uncovered new details about the suspect's previous run-in with Fall River Police. She joins us now live with what she's learned. Steph?
Police say Brian Figueroa sped from Fall River all the way to this intersection on Route 6 in East Providence. He's now facing a list of charges in both Rhode Island and Massachusetts. 20-year-old Brian Figueroa accused of vandalizing 2 different police headquarters Saturday night with a police chase in between. It all started in Fall River when police say Figueroa drove to the police department and started smashing the front window with a bat, driving away as police ran out of the station. He allegedly sped all the way to East Providence, police chasing him using spike strips to try and stop his Jeep. The chase finally ending with a crash here in East Providence. This Seekonk K9 cruiser badly damaged, but the officer and K9 were not injured.
It created a very dangerous environment for everybody involved. This vehicle had to be stopped. He was not going to stop on his own.
East Providence police took Figueroa into custody, where they say he then flooded 2 jail cells by using a cup to clog a toilet. It's unclear what his motivation was for allegedly targeting the Fall River Police in the first place. We checked court records to see what contact he's had with them. He has been arrested by Fall River Police before. In 2017 for assault and battery and resisting arrest. He served 6 months probation. And so Figueroa faced 3 charges here in Rhode Island today. He did waive extradition back to Massachusetts, so he's expected to be picked up at the ACI tomorrow by Fall River Police, where he will face charges there as well. Live in East Providence, I'm Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.